Welcome to the Holistic Health Bites podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Nicholson, crime scene investigator turned functional health investigator. This podcast is here to share bite-sized episodes and unique interviews on a wide variety of health topics to empower, enlighten, and educate you to live your best, most vibrant life. Disclaimer: all information you hear on this podcast is for information only and constitutes individual opinions of the person speaking. This should not be taken as medical advice. Being a listener of this show does not initiate a practitioner-client relationship between you and the hosts or panelists on this show. Please discuss these topics with your medical professionals before making any changes to your health. Okay, let's dive in. Welcome back to the Holistic Health Bites podcast, where we discuss all things metabolic health. Today, we're talking all about the powerful mineral magnesium. Magnesium is crucial, involved in hundreds of bodily functions. Estimates are over 600 chemical reactions require magnesium in the body. Everything from energy production to muscle relaxation, magnesium plays a critical role in maintaining overall health. A functional medicine approach recognizes the importance of magnesium supplementation for many individuals, especially those with specific health conditions. And magnesium is one of the most common deficiencies found, partly because we're not absorbing very much, partly because we're surrounded by junk food, partly because we're surrounded by toxins, partly because stress rapidly depletes magnesium, and also because it's just lacking in our food supply these days, thanks to our poor farming practices and just in general lack of whole, real foods. So this is a rampant problem that really needs to be addressed. The benefits of improving your magnesium status are, number one, energy production. Magnesium is a cofactor for many enzymes involved in energy production throughout the body. This is helping to convert your food into cellular energy known as ATP, which is the body's main energy currency. Number two, muscle and nerve function. Magnesium is essential for proper muscle and nerve function. It helps to regulate muscle contraction and nerve impulses. Number three, blood sugar control. It's not just about carbs. Magnesium plays a huge role in insulin sensitivity, which directly affects your blood sugar levels. Number four, blood pressure regulation. Magnesium can help relax blood vessels, contributing to lower blood pressure. Number five, heart health. Adequate magnesium intake is associated with a reduced risk in heart disease. Number six, bone health. Magnesium is important for bone density and strength. And number seven, stress reduction. Magnesium can help reduce stress and anxiety. Now, this is just a handful of examples. Magnesium is related to every system in the body. So if you have any kind of health issue, any kind of symptom that you don't like, it might be a worthwhile place to start looking at your magnesium. So some common magnesium deficiency symptoms and what's actually going on in the body. Because so many people are deficient in magnesium, you most likely will have some of these factors, whether it's due to a poor diet, whether it's due to high stress, whether it's due to certain medications, or even just digestive issues preventing you from being able to absorb it very well. So conditions associated with deficiency include having high blood pressure. The mechanism here is that magnesium is playing a key role in regulating the blood vessel tone, and this can help keep your blood pressure lower. So if you have symptoms like headaches, dizziness, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, or you've been diagnosed with high blood pressure, it could be a magnesium deficiency. The second condition is heart disease. The mechanism here is that magnesium deficiency can contribute to heart rhythm abnormalities, plaque buildup in the arteries, and increased risk of heart attack and stroke. The symptoms that you would pay attention to would be things like chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, and also any diagnosed heart disease-related condition. The third condition is diabetes. So the mechanism here is that magnesium is involved in creating insulin sensitivity. And so a deficiency in magnesium can contribute to insulin resistance. This is a key factor in the development of type 2 diabetes. But if we can catch it early, and if we can repair the insulin sensitivity, you can actually reverse these conditions much easier. The symptoms here would be all the diabetes symptoms. So from type 2 diabetics, you may find frequent urination, excessive thirst, fatigue, blurred vision, all of these kinds of things. But it can also just be that you notice your blood sugar is climbing, or you've had a fasting insulin done and you have high insulin despite eating a good, clean diet. This can also be when you're doing all the things and yet your blood sugar just isn't moving. This could be a magnesium deficiency. The next condition is migraines. So the magnesium deficiency mechanism here can actually cause the triggering or the worsening of migraines. So symptoms of severe headaches, nausea, vomiting, sensitivity to light or sound, all the normal migraine symptoms are related. And this could be because of the nerve conduction. This could be because of a blood vessel issue. This could be because of the blood sugar issue. All of these things that magnesium is related to can exacerbate migraines. The next conditions are mental health conditions like anxiety and depression. The mechanism here is that magnesium plays a huge role in the neurotransmitter functions, which can affect your mood, which can affect how well you respond to stress. And so if you're under a lot of stress, if you have a lot of worry or sadness or irritability or difficulty concentrating, or really anything with your brain, whether it be mental health or cognition or memory, concentrating, focus, all of those kinds of things, magnesium might actually be what's lacking. The next condition relates to muscles, whether that be muscle cramps or spasms or just muscle dysfunction in general. The mechanism here is that magnesium is essential for your muscles to actually work, to actually contract and relax and do all of the things that we need our muscles to do. So deficiency can cause cramping or spasms where the muscle isn't responding like it should. But this also applies not just to your skeletal muscles. This isn't just about calf muscle, Charlie horses. This can also apply to your gastrointestinal muscles. So you're not able to contract and push food and waste products through the system. This can also relate to your heart muscle. So you can end up with arrhythmias and other heart dysfunctions. This relates to every muscle tissue in your body, not just your skeletal muscle. So if you're having muscle contractions, if you're having cramps, if you're having spasms, especially in the legs or calves, but if you also have arrhythmias or altered gut motility, whether it be too fast or too slow, or alternating from too fast to too slow, these are all signs that you might have a magnesium deficiency. The next condition is insomnia or any kind of sleep disturbance. Magnesium can help regulate your sleep cycles and promote relaxation. So if you're having difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, or you wake up too early, or you're just not waking rested, you may have a magnesium deficiency. Now, there's different forms of magnesium, and not all of them are created equal or even useful in different conditions. So the type of magnesium you take will affect how well you absorb it, what it's useful for, how well it sticks around in the body, if you even want it to. So there are several different forms, and you want to make sure you're taking the right form for the right purpose. So when it comes to things like constipation, magnesium is one of the best ways to correct this. But the forms that often help with constipation aren't well absorbed. So they're not going to fix overt deficiencies throughout the body, but they can be really helpful for constipation directly. So magnesium oxide and magnesium citrate are two popular forms that are great for constipation relief. Be careful with your dosing, because if you go too far, you'll end up with diarrhea, which isn't any healthier than constipation. It's just the opposite end of the spectrum, but comes with its own set of challenges. So definitely be mindful of your dose so that you're not pushing all the way into the diarrhea realm. But these are fantastic sources for combating constipation. These are not well absorbed for just overt deficiencies, so you may need other forms in addition to this if you have constipation as well as some other magnesium deficiency signs. You may need a couple different forms, and that's okay. Magnesium glycinate is my favorite form for pretty much everything. It generally doesn't have the same GI symptoms or causing diarrhea as some of the other forms do, unless you take too much all at once. But it's just generally a really highly absorbable form. It's great for sleep. It's great for relaxation. It's great for all of the systemic things you need magnesium for. Magnesium chloride is often found in topical applications or in salts for like a bath soak, or even in some magnesium drinks like Calm will have magnesium chloride. This is a magnesium salt that can be used for a wide range of options depending on your use of it. If you're taking a warm bath, that could be great for relaxation. Magnesium is well absorbed in the skin. So Epsom salts baths, all of these kinds of things can be a really great way to boost your overall magnesium level, which is great for all of those systemic benefits. And then products like Calm are a drink that you take every day that can really help to relax before going to bed. Magnesium taurate is another really well absorbed form that can be used for heart health. So if you have any of those arrhythmias or heart disease problems or any of those kinds of concerns, that can be a great form. And then magnesium threonate or malate. These are fantastic for brain health, cognition, and for sleep. So if you have anything kind of going on in your head, threonate or malate might be a fantastic option for you. Now, all that to say, you may need multiple forms if you've got multiple health conditions going on, and you may need to try a few different kinds to find what works best for you. Of course, if you're on certain medications, if you have diagnoses, if you have these things, you really do want to work with a qualified healthcare practitioner to make sure there's no conflicts or problems or reasons why you might need one form over another form. Really, even supplements can be dangerous if you have medical conditions or medicines, lots of these things. So do use caution, even with something like magnesium. As benign as it is, it can still cause problems. So you definitely want to make sure you're approaching any kind of supplementation appropriately. So magnesium is absolutely vital for so many things in the body. If you have any health condition, magnesium's probably related. So energy, muscle health, stress, sleep, digestion, diabetes, blood sugar handling, insulin sensitivity, other hormones, bone health, so many things require magnesium. We really do want to optimize our magnesium levels so that we can deal with all of these variety of health conditions, including the high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, migraines, and so much more. So make sure you're taking the right kind for what you're looking for. Work with a qualified healthcare practitioner if you have a medical condition, a pharmaceutical drug, or any just concerns about your overall health, so you're getting the right dose, the right kind, and you're addressing the right problem. I wish you the best. Be well and vibrant, and we'll catch you again on future episodes. Thanks for being a faithful listener to the podcast. Did you get value from listening to this show? I'd love it if you left me a review on this podcast so that others can more easily find this valuable information. Did you know I also work one-on-one with clients and my practice is entirely virtual? I approach solving health challenges like I approached solving crimes, by conducting a thorough investigation into your case. Sadly, hundreds of millions of people in the US have poor metabolic function, insulin resistance, prediabetes, and diabetes, and the vast majority have no idea because their doctors aren't looking in the right places. I'm here to fix that without unnecessary medications. If you struggle with low energy, stubborn weight, hypertension, sleep disturbances, or any other undesired symptom, and you want a natural, lasting approach to correcting the problem rather than masking symptoms, apply to work with me. The link is in the show notes.